Hey, Donna. Hey, PK. Hey, Val. How's everybody? Hey, Paul. So, how's everybody doing? Sick? Aw, that sucks, Donna. Hey, dislikes. Parsnip and potatoes and chicken? Cool, cool. Hey, waffles. Have I been? Generally tired. Cats and dogs. Raining a lot. I have no idea if it's been raining a lot. I never look out the window. Got to watch People's Choice Awards. Anything interesting happened? I don't know. How the hell would I know if anything interesting happened? Apparently, Lenny Kravitz was there. That seems to be about the main thing people are talking about with the People's Choice Awards was Lenny Kravitz. Snowing in Guelph. Snowing in Guelph, raining in Sacramento. I guess Lenny Kravitz did a good performance. I guess Lenny Kravitz put on a good performance at the awards. I don't know why anyone cares about award shows. Hey, Venom. Doing any gaming? I have not been doing any gaming past few days. I haven't recorded anything the past few days. Heating pad on your back and it's life changing. Good times, good times. See what I did? Yeah. I'm just actually I'm just browsing Twitter I'm just browsing Twitter people talking about Madam Web. I'm actually just looking at some reviews of Madam Web. One journalist wrote, I heard it's bad. Oh, I've heard it's one of the worst movies. Like I've heard it's like just genuinely like nothing redeemable. I've heard there's nothing redeemable about that movie at all. I actually have seen like somebody put like some out of context clips, and it's just like I don't know who is Madam Web. Uh, she's a woman who can see the future. She's a Spider-Man supporting character who is clairvoyant, and she got her own movie, which is apparently atrocious. There's an oft-repeated sitcom joke where a character has to find something good but small to praise in a horrible play or movie that their friend did. The lighting was atmospheric, they'll say. The lighting sucked in Madam Web. Any compliment is a lie. A sort of 2-hour explosion and a boringness factory, in which the forces of dullness and stupidity combine in new and infinitely perturbing ways. People will wish this was made by Warner Brothers so it'd be abandoned for a tax write-off. Like, that is a brutal line. Like, it is apparently just genuinely bafflingly bad. Like, it's no one seems to have anything good to say about it. Like, it took, like, anyone decent in it? I mean, Dakota Johnson is not, Dakota Johnson is a pretty good actress. Sydney Sweeney is a good actress. like Dakota Johnson, or at least Dakota Johnson is fairly well respected. People generally respect Dakota Johnson's acting ability. Sydney Sweeney, people love Sydney Sweeney. People, she's very well liked right now. Um, Isabella Merced, I don't know anything about. I've never heard of before, but she seems to be doing pretty well for herself. Celeste O'Connor, again, no idea who that is, but again, seems to be doing pretty okay for herself. But apparently apparently, like, it's not that the performances are bad. Dakota Johnson seems to just be sleepwalking her way through it. Like, pretty much everything I've heard about Dakota Johnson's performance is that she did not want to be there. Like, that was the impression that everyone got. That she did really not want to be there. And that it shows that she did not want to be there. Other than that, I mean, nobody has anything like. It doesn't seem to be a problem with the performances, just a problem with the literally everything in the movie. Like, if a line has a particularly weird reading, nobody's blaming the the actors for it. They're just blaming the movie. It's just like, this is the weirdest fucking line reading I've ever heard, and I don't blame the actors one bit, type of thing. Just like every single thing about the movie seems to just be legitimately terrible. The only thing, the only question right now that I have, like the only thing I'm not entirely sure of yet, is whether it is terrible in a way that is entertaining in itself, or if it's terrible in a way that is just dull and boring. I've seen a bit of both. Like, I've seen people make arguments for both. So apparently, for like 3 days, after the movie was released, a plot, the Wikipedia article, still did not have the plot up. For 3 days after the movie came out, either nobody who'd watched it could be bothered to write up its description on Wikipedia, or else nobody who'd watched it knew how to write the plot description out on Wikipedia. It took 3 days for the plot section to be filled out. Usually before the movie's even released, the plot section gets fucking filled out. But this one, nobody could figure out. Nobody knew what to say. Anywho's. Anyway. Um, What do I think is going to happen with Russia? I have no idea. I genuinely have no idea. I'm not smart enough to make any predictions there. I don't even want to make predictions. Nothing good, I suppose. Nothing good will happen with Russia, I suspect. Well, frankly, nothing good seems to be the answer to what will happen with just about any situation going on in the world right now. They mad at America right now? I mean, U.S. and Russia have had conflict for decades. Yeah, like it's just a whole lot of economic conflict between them, and money is a big deal. So yeah, just huge economic and political tensions, and so why now? I don't know. Because Putin's an asshole. It's gonna happen if they take out satellites. Yeah, I really don't know. I think what it comes down to is Putin knows that the US does not want like an open conflict with Russia. So he's basically just pushing as far as he thinks he can go. You know, he's just going to keep pushing and pushing and pushing, kind of just to prove that he can. Just to see how far he can push. At this point, it's just a matter of seeing how far the US is willing to be pushed before they push back. And I really don't know. Yeah. It is concerning. Tom Sock host Miso. Hi, Elmer. I don't know what you said, but hello. Just try to get him. What Steam games do I have? Hey, Ranger. And I've got the Mass Effect Legendary Edition on Steam. I've got the Final Fantasy Pixel Remaster bundle on Steam. Hi, Ranger. I've got a few. I've got some visual novels. Speaking of games, no, I never do any multiplayer games. I don't play any multiplayer stuff. Yeah, speaking of games, I saw that the new couple days ago there was a new trailer for the upcoming Princess Peach game, showing off some new costumes for her. I'm not going to be getting the game myself, but it does look like it'll be a very cute game. And I mean, having cute games is important, especially for Nintendo. Like Nintendo is just its strength has always been in its ability to appeal to the whole family. Sea of Thieves, pass. Not interested in multiplayer stuff. But Nintendo's strength has always been in being able to appeal to the whole family. So, Princess Peach. The Peach game. It looks like it'll probably be, mostly for kids, and they'll probably enjoy it. And like I said, it just looks cute. Her outfits are very cute. She rocks all of those looks. All right. Good night, Waffles. I'll be on tomorrow. So maybe see you tomorrow. At least I'll probably be on tomorrow. I showered tonight, so I'll probably be on tomorrow. Or yes, I showered today, so I'll probably be on tomorrow. Gamer Chumps? A couple. The main one I like to watch. Like, if I'm going to be watching a Let's Play, the one I'm most like the player or the Let's Player I'm most likely to watch is Wellens, because she does try to be very thorough. Yeah, like she tends to talk to all the NPCs and read all the flavor text and that sort of thing, which is weirdly uncommon in Let's Plays. Most Let's Players don't really bother with that shit. Like, who? Her name is Wellens. Wellonz. Yeah, like so many Let's Players, like they'll just blow right past NPCs, not even talk, like not even bother talking to any of them. Like, basically, like any NPC that they are not required, that the game does not 100% require they talk to, most Let's Players just will not fucking bother with them. You know, like if it's not go talk to this character, they'll never talk to the character. And it's like, come on, man. NPCs are like, talking to the NPCs is fun. The flavor text is fun. You know, it's world building. It adds. Looks like a fun channel. It is. She's pretty good. Also, she's Canadian. She is West Coast, I believe. And she's Asian Canadian. She actually did a Let's Play recently. She just finished a Let's Play of Thirsty Suitors, a game where being part of an immigrant family is, very central to the story. So being part of an immigrant family herself, she was able to sort of comment on certain aspects of that experience. She also knows both Chinese and Japanese. So a lot of times, like a lot of games, like she'll, you know, some games she'll be playing will have some background text in usually Japanese, but occasionally Chinese as well. So she's able to translate that. So, like when she played Final Fantasy VII Remake, there's occasional bits of Japanese text on walls and shit. because she reads it, she's able to say, "Oh yeah, that's a Shinra construction," which is just like it's just like cool little bit of oh neat. Yeah, like I said, the main thing I like is that she is thorough. She is she hot though? She doesn't show her face on camera. Hi, Craig. Uh, she doesn't use the camera. My guess is that she's probably cute. I suspect she's probably cute, but I don't know. And I'm pretty sure she's bi. So there's also the fun of her like admiring both male and female characters. Some kid broke Tetris. I think I did see something about that. Like somebody actually beating Tetris, a game that is not possible to win. Like it's not supposed to be possible to win Tetris, and somebody managed to do it. I didn't look up the details on it. I didn't read up any details, but that is very cool. Gotta watch it. Yeah, I don't really know. I think my mom was pretty good at Tetris. I'm pretty sure my mom got pretty good at Tetris. I do know that at one point she was really good at Dr. Mario. I was never good at those types of games. Tetris, Dr. Mario, any type of game like that. Don't have the right brain for it. Gotta go start learning Russian. All right. Good night, Val. Uh, let's see. I'm just now left with the lurkers, the people who don't have anything to say. It's 2 a.m. 3 actually. It's 3 a.m. now where I am now, actually, Craig. Someone on Twitter said that Cyclops of the X-Men painting right now. Ooh, cool. Yeah, someone on Twitter was talking about the X-Men and saying that Cyclops would have had a Blue Lives Matter bumper sticker. And goddamn, that got the X-Men fans out. Defending Cyclops' honor, because as Cyclops as pro cop, shit knows. The only blue lives that matter to Cyclops are mutants. Blue lives matter when they are Nightcrawler, Beast, maybe Mystique. Maybe depending on whether she's heroic or villainous at the moment. But yeah, a guy trying to claim that Cyclops is pro cop, and fuck that. Cyclops was a revolutionary. Like he knows that cops are not friends to mutants. Revolutionary? No, I'm not revolutionary. I'm too cowardly to be a revolutionary. Someone else pointed out that, for all the Cyclops is a cop, Wolverine was part of the actual CIA. Logan was literally a fucking CIA agent. And these people want to say Cyclops is a cop? Hey, Violet. It's like Wolverine remains best friends with Captain America, who, most of the time is actually a cop, and with Nick fucking Fury, head of S.H.I.E.L.D., the big cop, the top cop. Those are Wolverine's friends. When you said S.H.I.E.L.D., you whistled. That was impressive. I didn't mean to whistle it. But yeah. Wolverine is a cop. Cyclops has never been a cop. Has rarely even been particularly friendly with anyone who is a cop. think they say that because Cyclops follows orders? But like, Cyclops follows the orders of Professor Xavier, Professor X. And those orders are go out and protect mutants. Hey, Kelly. What I will say is that Xavier often used the X-Men as almost almost as support for cops. Send them out, fight the evil mutant for the cops to arrest. Even then, often enough, they would let the evil mutant go. As often as not, they would go out, beat the bad guy, and then let the bad guy go. They wouldn't even leave him for the cops. They would just be like, okay, bye. So yeah, I mean the X-Men always had that we police our own attitude. But like Cyclops himself. Do I trust humans? Eh. Even under Claremont, who was all about that model minority shit. Even under Claremont, Cyclops didn't really fuck with cops. Like he didn't really have anything to do with cops. Like there were occasionally like specific police who were connected to people that he knew, who he was willing to work with. Like Archangel dated a cop for a little while, and Cyclops was cool with her, and he'd be willing to work with her. I don't know. He never really had anything to do with police. Because he knew that they were not on his side. That they were not on the side of the mutants. So yeah, that dude are claiming that Cyclops was a cop supporter. Yeah, that guy just so many people coming in and being like, "Oh, it is on." Anywho, I suppose that's enough talking about X-Men. Speaking of comics, I do see that Life Update. I still have none. Life, life Update. I still don't have one, Greg. There's my Life Update. I don't have a life. Did see that Marvel and DC are going to be reprinting their old 90s amalgam collaborations. It's like the amalgam comics that Marvel and DC did back in the 90s. Those are getting a release, which is honestly surprising. Because I would assume that, that Disney and Warner would have had to have their lawyers sign off on it. And I'm honestly surprised that they would, to be honest. But yeah, that is very cool that the amalgam comics are being collected. Few of those comics were actually genuinely good. But most of them were interesting and cool. They weren't necessarily good, but they were cool, which is almost more important. I read a few of them. I read a few of them back when I was, back when they first came out. And a few years back, I downloaded them and read them all online. Not like I could get them legally at that. Like there was no way to get them legally at that time, so I'm not even going to do the whole read through completely legal means. They just weren't for sale. So like I said, some of them were. There were a few that were actually pretty decent, and a lot that were just pretty cool. A new run of Amalgam comics would be really interesting to see. Like those comics were close to 30 years ago now. The original Amalgam was almost 30 years ago. I think 95, I think, that the original happened. In 96 that they did the follow-up. Something like that. So there's a lot, hate to admit that it's that long ago, but it is that long ago. A lot's changed. There's been a lot of new characters introduced since then. So a new run of Amalgam comics would be really interesting to see. That seems doubtful to me, though, because that, like I said, I just don't envision Disney and Warner's lawyers getting along well enough for that to get off the ground. Which is a shame, but it's also no skin off my back because I wouldn't be reading those comics. I wouldn't have been reading them anyway. Because I have no interest in giving Disney my money. think I am going to call it an evening for now. I'm going to call it a night for now. I will try to be back tomorrow, hopefully. Should be soon? Yeah, maybe. We'll see. But for now, thanks for coming. And hi, Zach. And good night, everybody.